Hi, this is Scott Pinero, and today I want to talk about growing melons. So I have a raised bed here that I started about May of this year. I built the bed this year, put the soils in, etc. And it's my first year with the bed. It's my first year growing melons. So I have two varieties of watermelon. On this side is one variety, over here is another variety, and mixed in is honeydew. The honeydew, you can't even see. The watermelons have done so well that they're kind of overrunning the honeydews. I do have, small honeydews here and there, but the watermelons have far surpassed the honeydews. So let me show you one. This is actually my biggest watermelon, and you can kind of see the size of it from the size of on my hand. My guess is I chose a smaller variety of watermelon. Both of them are a smaller variety. They're not the humongous ones because I live just south of Boston, Mass. This is August 3rd, by the way, so you can tell by, what time of the month it is, what time of the year it is, as opposed to how well they're doing. We don't have a huge growing season for melons, so I opted to do the two smaller varieties. And I'm quite happy with the way it's going. As you can see, they are really taking off, and I think most of this has to do with the composition of the soils. When I built this bed, I put in my own compost. I bought composted cow manure and topsoil, so it's about a 50-50 mix of composted cow manure, topsoil, and my own compost, which also contains manure. They've become quite lush, doing really well, and sitting on these pallets, because the reason for the pallets is it's a number of reasons. I didn't want to be stepping on the watermelons. I have tomatoes in here, I have eggplant in there, peppers, and I'm walking around all the time. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't stepping on the watermelon vines. So the pallets kind of let me know where the watermelons are. Plus, I have a cousin that lives in the neighborhood. He's a farmer, not a little bed thing. And he said they tried doing watermelons, and what happened was that the watermelons looked amazing, but time for harvest comes, and they go to pick them up, and shrews or moles or some type of a rodent had drilled underneath the soil and into the watermelons from below and eat them from the inside out. So they stopped doing watermelon, and that's the reason I decided to do the pallets, which seems to be working. It's actually keeping me from stepping on them, and so far no pests. So I wanted to show you my container melon. This is a honeydew. It was much easier to see than the honeydew that got, kind of smushed out by the watermelons over there. I started to do a lot of container gardening, and I'm going to make a video eventually on container gardening because I really like it. There's a lot of advantages to it. Weeding, fertilizing, it's really easy to just keep things at the, where you want, the amount of fertilizer you want, no weeds, etc. So this is a pot that contains 2 honeydew melons. And it's doing okay. Do I think it's doing as great as the watermelons in the raised bed? No. But I think I'm going to have some really good honeydews out of here. I've got this one going on here. That's a good sized honeydew melon. We got another good sized one over here. And we got a lot of babies going on. So, fertilizing for containers and fertilizing for the bed as well. I haven't really fertilized the bed much because it was so high in nitrogen from the composted cow manure, etc., that I probably hit it once all season with a fertilizer. I'm doing organic, so I either use a chicken manure, dried chicken manure, which I didn't hit anything with this year, but I have used the fish emulsion, and I've been putting that in here quite frequently. Only put it in the raised bed maybe 2 or 3 times this year. So the only other thing I wanted to mention was, whether to grow from seed or to grow from plant. The watermelons I decided to grow as a plant. I tried some watermelon from seed and they didn't take. So I thought it was much easier if I could just, you know, go to the local greenhouse and say, you know, this is what I'm looking for, and, you know, give me a couple of varieties that work, and that's what I did. The honeydews, what I did was I was actually eating a honeydew one day and decided, all right, I'm just going to dry the seed. And, you know, obviously I don't know, you know, what cross-pollinated that particular honeydew, but you know it's a honeydew, whether or not the variety is spectacular or not of what it got cross-pollinated with. You know, you're kind of going with chance there, but you know, it's a honeydew. A honeydew is a honeydew, and that's that. Pretty impressed with the way it's going, and I'm going to make another video to show you the progress in about a month from now. I'd love you to subscribe to me, and I'd love you to keep, like, just checking out my videos. I'll give you, you know, play-by-play as how they're going on, and can't wait for harvest. So, thanks for joining. Subscribe. Leave me comments. Talk to you.